Yes, my hair is different and I didn't shave. It's been addressed. Let's move on. In light of recent events, I've decided to do something that is a little bit fun, but still have a meaning behind it to represent how everyone feels. So I've decided today we're going to talk about pride, but specifically a little bit more about pride. We're going to go into the history and the meaning of pride. And this time I'm going to break my tradition of always using 5, and we're going to move it up to 8. And that is the 8 original colors of the rainbow flag and their meanings. And we're going to start from the top and work our way to the bottom. And I feel like there's a joke there, but for the life of me, I can't think of one. So let's start with number 8. That's really weird having two hands in here. It's gonna be a little difficult. But 8, and that is hot pink. Hot pink actually stands for something that kind of held close to our hearts, at least most of us. I don't know about all of us, but we all enjoy this, whether you're gay, straight, bi, transgendered, confused, whatever other thing that I may have missed. Asexual, I remembered. See, they're all in there. Whatever you identify with, we all love number 8, and that is sex. Yes, lots and lots of sex. Now, before I move on, I'm just gonna go out and say, wear condoms, be safe, enjoy pride, do what you need to do, if that's what you need to do. But be safe and make sure that your drinks aren't roofied. Always have a friend nearby, and yeah, just be safe. All together, just be safe from everything, because there's a lot of crazy out there, as we just learned. So just be safe. Sexually and not sexually, just safe. Hot pink was actually in the original flag when they had the original 8 colors, but it was taken out in 1978 because they didn't have that color in the fabric that they needed. So they just omitted it altogether. Now my guess is it's probably some bitch just took all the fabric because she didn't want someone to have the same dress as her. That's my guess, and I'm sticking to it. So let's move on to my actual favorite number, 7. And that is red. Red stands for life. Granted, I find it very funny that it stands for life. Not just the fact that, we all have life, but I find it just that red, I guess, stands for blood, but in when I think about it. So it's just strange that it stands for life. But I guess blood is our life in a way, so I guess it all works together. And I also find it very funny that we consider this one in here because it's not like we can give life. I mean, that is one argument you can make on the homosexual thing, is that we can't create more life. I mean, not like without help. But that doesn't mean that we can't adopt and love just as much, because trust me, there are so many kids that need adoption. I don't really believe in vitro fertilization when there's so many kids that need homes. Like, so many. Like, you can find people to love, no matter who they are, where they come from. And it doesn't matter if they come from your body or from someone else's body. As long as you can find the compassion to love them, that's all that matters. They don't need to be your flesh and blood. They become something more than that. They become your heart and soul. And that actually is more than flesh and blood. There are people in my life that I hold more dearly, heart and soul-wise, than I could ever flesh and blood. And let's think about the fact that we can celebrate life in general, and to celebrate those who cannot celebrate alongside us any longer. So we move on to number 6, and that is orange, which is healing, which I find interesting. I don't think of orange and think healing. I actually thought I read something where orange makes people a little bit angry at you, so I find it interesting that it's healing. But I'm just gonna go with the flow. Go on the flow here, and it's gonna be healing. Even though I think green should be healing. But you'll understand why green's not healing, and I understand it knowing what green is, but I feel like it still resembles healing. Maybe that's because in every role-playing video game I've ever played, the healer always has green magic. So maybe that's why. Maybe that is why I think of it. Or maybe it's because when I think healing, I think medicinal, and medicinal I think herbs and things like that, plant life. So that might be why too. All that aside, orange is about healing, and I want to take this moment to talk about how you can help heal, and that is by donating blood. I'm going to put in the description below where you can find drives near you so that you can help save people's lives. I actually was one of those people who was saved because of someone's blood, or several people's blood, because it takes a lot of blood to save one life. One life takes a lot of different people's blood. And if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't be here today. And I want you to go into the description, at least look. Or if you can't donate blood, at least take the time and spread the word. Maybe just share the video just to tell people to donate blood, because it is a very important thing that you can do to help others in need. And finally, we're at number 5. This is where it actually gets normal again, because now I can use one hand and it doesn't seem a little bit weird. Yellow. This one I don't really get. I don't really feel like this reflects anything. Really, I feel like they were just like, I don't know what to give yellow, so we're just going to give it this. And it stands for sunlight. I understand sex, and I understand healing, and I understand life, but sunlight? Really? Are we saying that we are sunlight? I don't really get that part. But, you know, I digress. It's in there. Yellow stands for sunlight. So, yeah. Number 4. Green! This is my second favorite color, so I'm really excited about this one. And green stands for nature, which is why it makes a lot more sense than, you know, the whole healing thing. So, it stands for nature, so that makes sense to me. Alright, I get it now. But I still feel like healing should be green, that's my opinion, but whatever. I know I wasn't born in the early 70s when they made this thing, so whatevs. And I mean, some of us like nature. I mean, I don't really like camping. I'd go for like a night, but not in like a tent. I'm not a very nature person, so I don't know if this really reflects who I am at all, but it stands for nature, and I guess it is natural. See, I'm working this out in my head as we go. This is natural thing. It means that, you know, homosexuality or bisexuality or asexuality, these are all natural things. These are things that just happen in the world. Everything's natural as far as sexuality goes, and acceptance and love and all that good stuff. It's all natural. That's what it stands for. I bet that's exactly what it stands for. And then we get to number 3, and that is turquoise. It's another one that doesn't exist on the flag today, which is why there's only 6. This one was removed. Actually, we won't call it removed as much as it was combined with another color to create just one color. It was indigo and turquoise were combined together to create the blue stripe on the flag, so that way it didn't have 7. And this was done in 1979, so for whatever reason they decided to do that. Maybe they just didn't like the fact that it had 7 stripes and they wanted to make it an even number of stripes. I don't know if they have a problem with the number 7 because that's my favorite number, but whatever. But turquoise stood for magic and art. So fairy dust, fashion, and interior design. Perfect, beautiful, throw it out there. Rainbows and unicorns, everybody, yes! And then we get to number 2, and that is indigo or blue, depending which flag we look at. And it stands for serenity and harmony. Unless there's a cat fight, because that's just a shit show from there. Granted, I love watching good cat fight. You know, some bitch take her weave. Yes! Yes! Fight it out! Fight it out! And finally, we get to our last stripe. Number 1. Violet. And that stands for spirit. And no matter what you do, you can't break ours. Thanks for watching, everybody, and I hope you enjoyed this video. In the wake of this tragedy, I decided to do something to spread a little hope, spread a little love, and to spread the word about giving blood, because that's the best thing you can do to help someone right now. I'm going to put a link in the description below so you can find a blood drive near you. And don't forget, you can find me on all social media above, as well as on my other channel, WhatsItToYa Productions, where we do a bunch of goofy things, and it's like really fun. Just like click on the link. It's like right down there. You'll see it. It says Witty right there. So it's right there. Go click on it. So until next time, everybody,